Just grass.
Yeah.
My mother just has a flower garden just in the
Oh,
house.
yeah.
It's just flowers, a few flowers. No, she says
Yeah,
she
Helen
can't be
told me
bothered.
she's not doing too good.
Well, she's her knee is bothering her. She had her hip operation. Her hips are good now. She says hips
Yeah.
don't bother her, but her knee.
Yeah, Helen mentioned that one time. I think she had on both hips this year, just the one.
Both hips. She hadn't done it at the same time. Seemed they did it pretty quick.
Can't believe how the women deteriorate more than we do.
I don't know. Well, osteoporosis, eh?
A lot of them I talk to, oh, they got arthritis so bad. One's got it in the arm, one's got it in the back, and one's got arthritis in their legs. Hazel's telling me about, I think I have arthritis. I said, where is your arthritis? It's in my arm. I says, you're lucky. You're one of the lucky ones. Why do you say that to me? I said, I never heard of a woman had arthritis in her jaw muscle. Well, you bastard!
Yeah.
She's talking on the phone one time, and she went the bedroom was about as wide as this house here, eh? And, two beds in it,
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
Two queen size apart. She's in one laying down. It's early evening, and I'm taking a break laying down on the other one. And she's talking on the phone. And I still had my hearing aid in. I hadn't taken it out yet.
Yeah.
Usually I take them out when I lay down. And I heard her say, oh, he can't hear what I'm saying. He hasn't got his hearing aid. I thought, oh yeah, you're wrong about that. I can hear what you're saying. And he talked to one of her friends,
Oh yeah.
and she says, you know, I can push Wilfred only so much, and then he rebels. And I thought, yeah, you're right about that. She didn't think I was hearing. I never said anything. And I thought, yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Well, in a lot of ways I didn't mind. She was pretty good to me. Frank, I'm the only guy who went to Florida, come back with more than I left with. I never come home broke.
Yeah.
I can't complain about that.
Yeah, it only costs you gas to get down there, eh?
Okay?
I said it only costs you gas to get down there.
Yeah. The early days I go down with a plane, fly down. And then she'd have the limo pick me up. So you go Tampa Airport, it's about maybe 30 miles to Clearwater from the airport.
Yeah.
And if you have to take a taxi, it's expensive. If you rent a car, renting at the airport is the most expensive place to rent a car.
That's right, yeah.
So if you have somebody pick you up like that, you can't go wrong, eh? And then a couple of times, St. Petersburg had an airport too,
Yeah.
but there was no Canadian planes going down there. But then for a while there was a Canadian plane. I went there a couple of times, and that St. Pete's is real close to Clearwater. Only not even half as much. So I went there a couple of times. But after that I went with the car. I went down with that little Honda I had a couple of times. And no air conditioning in it, and oh my God, that was a sweat box.
Oh yeah, yeah. The more farther south you went, the more humid it got.
That was, no, not a Honda, was a Hyundai.
Oh, Hyundai. Oh yeah.
The first one that came to Canada. And that was after I had a Lotta that I bought from the insurance company and I got rear-ended.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought this Hyundai. It was the cheapest one available, and I took a look at it. It was simple. It had automatic transmission,
Mm-hmm.
but it still had the regular points and distributor, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Like we're used to, eh?
Yeah.
The old ones. All you have to do is just change the points or change the condenser, and then it was winterized, eh? And
Yeah.
clean the spark plugs. So I figured, well, this is easy to work on, and I bought it. And it had a good little engine in it. I drove down to Florida a couple of times with it. And then it started to get rusty. I couldn't believe how quick that car got rusty.
Well, it's thin.
Yeah.
The metal is thin. That's how it.
Then I got another one. The motor was still perfect when I gave it to Gordy Peel. I said, you can take it out to your place. The motor was still strong, perfect. The motor would have lasted a long time, but the body was... First, I gave it to Caroline. She wanted a car.
Yeah.
I said, you can have that Hyundai. She had it for a couple of years. And then Sean wanted a car. I gave it to him. So he ran it for about a year. It needed a muffler. So I went over with him to the scrapyard. We took the whole system off the Hyundai that was in good shape.
Yeah.
And told him to put it on this car now.
Yeah.
And oh my God, Ernie was watching him. He says, Jesus Christ, he says, you'll never be a mechanic. He says, an asshole could do better than you. He was having trouble. So finally I gave him a hand, we put it on there. I mean, how hard is to put the whole exhaust system? You just gotta make sure you got the bolts on.
Yeah.
On the front, on the engine, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the rest, you can hook up with a wire or strips, yeah.
Strapping or anything, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was in nice shape, everything was quite new on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we finally got it on there, so he ran it for a while. And after I gave it to Gordy, I didn't need it hanging around here. I got another one. I think I got the Cadillac after that. But I really liked that Cadillac. It was a diesel one, eh?
Yeah.
I liked that. 20-gallon tank. I could go from here to the Sioux on a tank full, which was pretty good. And I went up to Winnipeg, to the airport, and then from the airport back through town, and St. Anne's I filled it up.
Mm-hmm.
So that mileage for a Cadillac was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't have an overdrive, but it had a difference. The Oldsmobile I got here has got an overdrive thing in it, eh?
Yeah.
But that one, the Cadillac, had a different system. As soon as you went over 50 miles, the drive shaft
Oh yeah, with lock.
was locked.
Oh yeah.
Like straight from the motor to the rear end.
Yeah.
Was doing the same RPM that the motor was. It didn't shift anymore. Once it's over 50, it was a straight drive, eh?
Straight drive, yeah.
And actually, that saved gas, eh?
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't have that, it would shift up and down all the time, eh? As long as you kept it over 50, was in direct drive.
Yeah. The Oldsmobile, how far did you get with that? Was that a little bit better?
The Oldsmobile,
It's probably a lighter vehicle.
I did pretty good with it. Yeah, I could go 450 miles on a tank full. That was always my first lap, 450 miles from here to Boston. But I can't make it with this one.
No.
With the diesels I could.
Yeah.
And the Volkswagen,
Was even better.
oh, I could go twice as far. I'd go about 600-700 miles on a tank full.
Yeah.
It had a turbo on it,
Yeah.
and you could really feel it. And the turbo doesn't use more gas. It just gives you more power, that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that little car, but too bad I got it all smashed up. How do you know who's going to hit you, eh?
Yeah.
You're parked at a red light, you get rear-ended. I was lucky I could drive it home.
Yeah.
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get hurt.
Rick's seat come right off the floor, eh?
Yeah.
Mine stayed on, and no bags popped, so I was okay.
Rick didn't see who it was after? Did he not see?
What's that?
Rick didn't see who it was?
Nobody saw who it was. We were stopped at the red light. All of a sudden, bang!
From behind, yeah.
My glasses flew in the rear seat, so how am
Yeah.
I going to see anything? And Rick was so all shook up, he didn't see anything either. I got out of the car, took a look, was nobody around. Took off, eh? I think it was an old half-ton truck that hit us. He was over too far, eh?
Yeah.
We were in the turning lane, we were going to turn left on Central, eh? And he was over too far, he hit us from behind. And probably no insurance. Or Sunday morning, 9:30. There's nobody on the road here.
No.
We're all alone. No cops around, nothing. Pushed me halfway into the intersection. And by the time I got out and I looked, I couldn't see anybody. I didn't know who it was. So I decided, well, I've got to move and I can't leave it in the middle of the intersection. When I started it up, I could hear something dragging on the back wheel. But didn't matter. I drove it home. I went home okay and put it in the garage. Then I called the cops. They didn't come till the next day. They were too busy, they said. They said, oh, we'll never find out who it is. I thought to myself, well, with that attitude, I'm sure. But that was one of the best little cars I had.
Yeah.
All the time I had it. The only thing I had to fix, new tail light bulb. That's all.
Yeah.
But Volkswagen wanted you to put their special oil in the diesel. If you don't use their oil, you lose your warranty. You had to use their oil. So I'd take it down there and have an oil change, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Why that was, I don't know. Would they just wanted the business, or?
Don't know. Well, I should get going. You ready, Paul?
Yeah, my food's probably melting.
Huh?
My frozen food. I got some frozen
Well,
veg
say
fruit.
something. I didn't know you had frozen food.
What are you gonna do today?
Oh, nothing today.
Hey?
I thought I'd just visit. Just visiting today.
Oh,
Tired.
when you coming back?
Saturday. I'll be back
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah. Well, come on, Paul.